Hi everyone, what we're going to do today in this tutorial is look at how to insert a soundtrack or backing track to a digital story. This is an important element of the digital story as it makes the movie more interesting and enjoyable for the viewer to watch. Firstly, what we need to go is to the input section at the side and click on audio or music. You'll see we have import media items here, and if I go down, I'm actually going to import the soundtrack that I want. You see there it's imported into my movie maker. Once this has been done, I'm going to drag the soundtrack down next to the narration that I created earlier. What you can see here then is narration and the soundtrack and above the video. The timeline is quite important here because you can see if I minus the soundtrack plus the narration is probably about 20 seconds longer than video story, so I actually want to decrease this. These plus buttons and minus buttons help a lot, and I'm actually going to use the plus button here to increase the size of the story so that I can bring the soundtrack to where I want it. What I'm actually going to try and do is quite a nice thing, is I have my narration already, but what I want to do is bring the soundtrack underneath the narration so it begins at the same time or towards the end of when I speak. How do we go about doing this? I click on the soundtrack and I'm going to drag this through into the narration. The blue arrow shows how far it actually drags through, and I can keep on dragging it right to the beginning, but I'm going to stop and drag it to about there. I'm happy with that. I want to check obviously how the narration and soundtrack interweaves, so put it about here. I'm going to click play and check on it.
The way you think about regular exercise and remind yourself that it will make you feel better and improve the quality of your life. Most importantly, it can be fun. There are so many great reasons why you should become involved in sport and physical activity. Well, there's nowhere else to run. Is there room for one more sun?
Right, I'm very pleased with that, and there's only one more thing left for me to do. I'm going to click on the minus on the timeline, and as I can see here actually, the soundtrack plus my narration is equal to the length of the digital story, so I'm going to keep it as it is. That's how you insert a soundtrack into your Windows Movie Maker.